perfume became a luxury, before it became fashion, before celebrities launched their own fragrances, perfume was something entirely different. It was believed to carry prayers to the gods, it was burned inside temples, it accompanied kings into battles, it traveled with queens into the afterlife, it crossed desert on camel caravans, it sailed across oceans with merchants, it sparked war over spices, and it inspired scientists to invent new way of capturing sense. And today, that incredible journey sits quietly inside a glass bottle on your shelf. But have you ever wondered, where did perfume actually begin? Who created the first fragrance? Why do we call it perfume? And how did something once reserved for royalty become something millions of people wear every day? Today, we are traveling back more than 5,000 years to uncover one of the humanity's most fascinating stories. Hello everyone, my name is Manoj Singh and welcome to Fragrance Wisdom. Before we travel through history, let's answer one important question. What exactly is perfume? Most people think perfume is simply something that makes us smell good. But throughout history, perfume has been much more than fragrance. It has represented power, religion, love, medicine, luxury, identity, even social status. The word perfume came from the Latin phrase perfumum. It literally means through smoke. Thousands of years ago, people were not spraying perfume. Instead, they burned fragrant woods, resins, herbs, flowers, and spices. As fragrant smoke rose toward the sky, they believed their prayers rose with it. This simple ritual would eventually grow into one of humanity's oldest art. Around 4,000 years ago, between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, civilization itself was flourishing. Among the remarkable discoveries of this era is one of history's earliest named perfume maker, Taputi. She worked in royal service and is often recognized as the first recorded chemist and perfumer in the history. Using flowers, mihir, and aromatic plants, she refined fragrance through repeated distillation and filtration. Just imagine that thousands of years before modern laboratories, people were already experimenting with scent using surprisingly sophisticated methods. This wasn't perfume for fashion, this was perfume for kings, for the divine. The foundation of perfumery had begun. Mesopotamia gave perfume its early documented craft. Egypt transformed it into a sacred tradition. Walk into Egyptian temple over 3000 years ago and you wouldn't smell silence. You would smell incense, frankincense, myrrh, lotus, blue lily, cinnamon, and resin slowly burned before statues of the gods. The Egyptian believed fragrance purified both body and spirit. Perfume was used in religious rituals, royal ceremonies, medicines, beauty, and even in mummification. Priests performed elaborate incense rituals, and pharaohs were buried with perfume, believing they would need them in the afterlife. One famous figure often linked with perfume is Cleopatra. Historical account described her surrounding herself with a luxurious scent to project elegance, power, and wealth, while later legends exaggerate many stories about her perfume. There is a little doubt that fragrance played an important role in the royal culture of ancient Egypt. To the Egyptian, perfume wasn't an accessory, it was sacred. Long before modern perfume factories, India has already developed one of the world's richest fragrance traditions. In ancient Ayurvedic texts, fragrant flowers, herbs, roots, and woods were valued not only for beauty but also for health and spiritual practices. Centuries later, the city of Kannauj became famous as India's perfume capital. Even today, traditional artisans produce attar using methods that have changed very little over hundreds of years. Fresh rose petals, jasmine, vetiver, sandalwood, and countless natural materials are gently distilled into sandalwood oil. Unlike alcohol based perfumes, traditional attars use natural oils as their foundation. This makes them deeply connected to Indian climate, culture, and heritage. For many fragrance lovers, Kannauj represents one of the oldest living traditions of perfumery in the world. As knowledge spread across civilization, the Islamic Golden Age transformed perfumery forever. Scholars advanced chemistry, medicine, and the art of distillation. One of the greatest figures associated with this era was the polymath Ibn Sina, known in the West as Avicenna. He refined distillation techniques that made it practical to extract delicate floral oils, especially from roses. Rose water soon became treasured across the world. The Arab world also elevated ingredients such as oud, musk, ambergris, saffron, and precious spices. Trade route carried these aromas across Asia, Africa, and Europe. Perfumery was no longer just ritual, it had become science. As fragrant knowledge reached Europe, France would eventually become the world's perfume capital. The town of Grasse originally became famous for leather production. However, the unpleasant smell of tanning leather created an unusual opportunity. Leather gloves were scented with flowers and herbs to make them more appealing. Over time, the region's ideal climate allowed farmers to cultivate jasmine, roses, lavender, and other aromatic plants. Grass slowly evolved into the global center of perfume production. Royal court embraced perfume enthusiastically. Kings and queens wore fragrance not only for luxury but also because bathing was less common than today. Perfume became a symbol of refinement, prestige, and elegance. Foundation of the modern perfume industry had arrived. Then came one of the biggest revelations in fragrance history, the chemistry. Scientists learned how to isolate aromatic molecules and create entirely new scent materials. For the first time, perfumers were no longer limited to nature alone. Synthetic ingredients made fragrance more stable, more creative, and often more affordable. Without synthetics, many iconic perfumes simply couldn't exist today. Natural and synthetic ingredients works together. It's not a battle, it's a partnership. Nature provides inspiration, science expands possibility. Today, perfume is more diverse than ever. Designer houses create fragrance for millions. Niche brands focus on artistic expression. Middle Eastern perfume houses celebrate oud, amber, incense, and rich Oriental traditions. Indian brands are creating high quality fragrance at increasingly accessible prices. Independent perfumers continue pushing creative boundaries. Meanwhile, new technology, artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and sustainable ingredient development are shaping the future of perfumery. The journey that began with incense rising in ancient temple now includes laboratories, global collaboration, and innovation that previous generation couldn't never have imagined. Yet the purpose remains surprisingly familiar: to express identity, to create memories, to evoke emotion, to tell stories through scent. So when you spray your favorite perfume tomorrow morning, remember you are not simply wearing a fragrance, you are wearing thousands of years of human history, the curiosity of ancient civilization, the devotion of temple rituals, the craftsmanship of artisans, the discoveries of scientists, the creativity of perfumers. Every bottle carries pieces of that extraordinary journey, and perhaps that's what makes perfume so fascinating. It is invisible yet unforgettable, ancient yet constantly evolving, a blend of history, science, art, and emotion. So, if this video helped you to see perfume in a completely new way, then this is only the beginning. Because now we all know where perfume came from, the next question becomes even more exciting. How does a perfumer transform flowers, woods, spices, fruits, and molecules in the fragrance inside a bottle? That's exactly what we will uncover in the next episode: how perfumes is actually made from nature to bottle. If you are fascinated by the hidden world of fragrance as I am, you can consider to subscribe and join me on this journey. Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and remember, every fragrance has a story, and every story has a fragrance. Bye bye.
You left your coat on the fingerprints on the glass where